welcome back. In part 5 of this series, we saw how the Fibonacci 60-digit clock reveals a flowering pattern of sacred numbers when it is used as a key and entered into the very sacred and ancient symbol known as the seed of life. In today's episode, we will look at the most sacred geometrical symbol of them all, known as Metatron's cube, and we will see what happens when we enter the Fibonacci 60-digit key into this symbol to unlock its secrets. First of all, who is Metatron? Metatron appears in Jewish, Cabalistic, mystical texts and is considered to be the highest of all the angels and second only to God. Interestingly, Metatron is said to be the prophet Enoch, who was taken by God and transformed into the Archangel Metatron. There are some fascinating details regarding this transformation, which we will get into later. Metatron is also said to appear in some Islamic traditions and is often associated with the figure of Ezra or Uzziah. This is all very interesting because it seems like the figure Metatron or the mythology surrounding Metatron is a bridge between some of the world's major religions. In the spiritual community, Metatron is often referred to as the Prince of the Presence, the Angel of the Face, or even the Scribe of God or the Lesser Yahweh, to indicate his role as a representative of God and keeper of all the secrets of the universe. What is Metatron's cube? Metatron's cube, named after the Archangel Metatron, is a complex sacred geometrical symbol consisting of 13 circles interconnected with straight lines. It is considered a visual representation of the underlying structure of the universe and is said to contain all of the 5 platonic solids. As you can tell, these are deep and ancient mystical beliefs directly connected to the secrets and creation of the universe. It is very important for you to know that these beliefs date back centuries. I did not make any of this stuff up. This all existed long before me. So what happens when we use the Fibonacci 60-digit clock as a key or building block and enter it into those 13 circles used to create Metatron's cube? For me personally, the results were mind-bending and totally altered my perception of creation and the universe itself. When I create Metatron's cube using the Fibonacci 60-digit clock, it magically reveals a matrix of 216 numbers, which add up to 1080. Once again, as we saw with the seed of life, with Metatron's cube we get a flowering pattern of numbers. The flower on the inside, indicated in red, consists of 216 numbers and adds up to 1080. And then the sort of exploded flower on the outside, indicated in white, consists of 216 numbers and adds up to 1080. Note that these numbers are directly proportional to the numbers found in the seed of life. You will find high-resolution copies of this image on the links provided under the video description. You have to realize the sheer mind-bending reality of all of this. Those 216 numbers are only revealed because of the way the straight lines intersect and connect those 13 circles, and only because of the placement of the zeros and the fives. It's also mathematically perfect. But so what? So Metatron's cube reveals a matrix of 216 numbers when you create it using the Fibonacci 60-digit clock? What's the big deal? Remember how the Archangel Metatron appears in the Jewish Kabbalah and is said to be second only to God? Well, in those same Kabbalistic teachings there is another myth or story. In the same Jewish Kabbalah, it is believed that God's secret hidden name consists of 216 letters, and that one day this secret name will be revealed. In the first few videos I talked about how in ancient times people would use numbers as letters in a practice known as gematria. Is it possible that these 216 numbers are God's secret hidden name? Remember how it is believed that Metatron is really Enoch who has been transformed. Look at this translation from the book of Enoch 3, where God says, "My name is in him." Where do all of these ancient myths and traditions come from? And what do they mean? How can God's secret name be a matrix of numbers? How is it possible that the Fibonacci 60-digit clock, which represents time here on Earth, can reveal a 216-digit matrix hidden inside Metatron's cube, when it is believed that Metatron holds all of the secrets of the universe? And God's secret name has 216 letters. Remember, when these myths were created, numbers were used as letters. But that's not even the craziest part. Remember how I found all of this? I told you that one night I blacked out for 216 minutes, and after that night I found the Fibonacci 60-digit repeat cycle, which inspired me to turn those 60 numbers into this Fibonacci clock. How can that be possible? Could I possibly have faked all of this? I would have to be some kind of super genius. Or else something super powerful and super intelligent, something that can control all of time, caused me to black out and somehow implanted all this knowledge inside me, and then inspired me to find all of this. I got up that night at exactly 12:05 am. I know this because I used my phone as a source of light when I went to the toilet to relieve my bladder. When I was done, I switched the toilet light off and my phone on again. It was now 3:41 am. I was so unsettled by this that I lay awake for hours thinking about it. The next day I went online and posted this story on my Facebook page. That post is still there on the 15th May 2013. After that, I started to discover all of this. The time difference from 12:05 to 3:41 is exactly 3 hours and 36 minutes. That's 216 minutes of time. After that night, I found the Fibonacci 60-digit clock. This is all about time. When I use that Fibonacci clock as a key and enter it into sacred geometrical symbols, it magically reveals all of this mystical information. You know what else? 12:05 minus 3:41 is 864. There are 86,400 seconds in one day. What was God trying to tell me? Oh, all of this is just getting started. Please click like and share and follow. God, or something very powerful that can control all of time, gave me all of this knowledge to pass on to you. Please help me share this with the rest of the world. I cannot reward you, but I'm sure this entity or force that revealed this to me can see all of time and will be aware of any help you give me. I'll see you soon. There is still so much more. I honestly cannot believe all of this, even though it is happening to me. I'm not a religious person of any kind. Watch the previous videos and see what happened when I entered the Fibonacci 60-digit key into the seed of life. See the links under video description.